it's me. So I wanted to talk about a video where I give some insights for people in their first time at Disney, or just like curious questions that I wanted to answer. This is gonna be kind of like a helpful video where I give some insights from my experience and how I got better at just enjoying Disney for like my first time and just going over and over again. One of the questions, wanted to get right into the questions that people are probably curious on their first time at Disney or just all that jazz, is what do people actually bring to Disney? And I will put it in my perspective as a Disney goer that likes to go to Disney. First of all, I kind of keep it minimal. I like to bring like a bag that can at least put some things in, and I don't like to be that kind of park goer that brings like a big backpack, but if you are, that's cool. But for me, I actually don't. And usually I like to bring my little Loungefly backpack, and I think it's so cute because I just think bringing a Loungefly adds some little, you know, cute Disney vibes, and I love Disney vibes. I love cartoons. I just love all that. That's why I want everything to be cute, so my bag is cute. And I bring the one that's kind of like that backpack that goes in your back, but it's very nicely sized because you can put like water bottles in there. You can actually put some pretty good amount of things. I was surprised when I brought a Loungefly. And if you're curious what I bring a power bank. A power bank is something I always bring, and I always bring this outside of Disney, but just in general you need a power bank because you will run out of energy on your phone really fast, and it's because you're taking photos and videos of all the fun things at the park. You'll be surprised how much battery that you spend. Another thing is that I bring a wallet. I think for this one, I try to bring a light wallet as well because you want to have your backpack as light as possible. So everything in your backpack is like, everything that I put in my backpack, I try to make it lighter. Like maybe like bring a lighter wallet, bring like less cards or just things that are just the important cards to bring, like my ID and then some credit cards and debit cards because you're gonna spend probably on something that's kind of crazy there at the park. But that's kind of all the important things you need really, and something like that. And then I bring a camera and my DJI equipment, and I try not to bring the crazy big equipment. I think a DJI 3 Pocket 3 is the cutest thing to bring for just content and everything because you can take really nice DSLR type photos that look kind of iPhone-y on a DJI, and this is the Pocket 3. I don't think you can do it well on the older Pockets. Just the 3 is really great. So I bring that because I don't like to bring maybe like my DSLR camera. I have like a little DSLR camera. It might just add a little bit more weight to my equipment. But other than that, I think if you have like those point and shoot cameras that shoot really well and take such high resolution videos and photos, those are really great, and I'd bring that if I wanted to add a little bit into my inventory. And also I bring this is funny, this is for me as a lady, and I get sweaty and like my hair gets oily and kind of nasty. I actually bring a dry shampoo bottle, so I spray that all over when I have my hair just looking like oily and just sweaty during a theme park day because it gets really piercing hot on certain days of Disney, and I use that on the go. So that small one, the travel pack, I bring those, the travel size, and I bring that and I put that in my bag. But that's pretty much what I bring mostly. I don't bring any other crazy equipment. That's all what I kind of bring to Disney. My purse is this Loungefly size, and I have all of that, so it's kind of like in the bottom, so you have this extra other space, and that's great because when you have the rest of the space, it's like you can fit more stuff when you buy merch or just other things. Loungeflies are big enough size for that, and that's something cool that I love to kind of just bring. My Loungefly bag is actually pretty convenient. I just let the rest of the space kind of say for itself if I buy anything cool, maybe like a drink, I don't know, or like just any kind of merch. So that's really nice. Oh, you know what else I bring? And this is kind of important. I also bring chapstick and lipstick and just like extra makeup because I kind of want to redo my makeup, and you know, lips, the lip stuff, it fades away pretty fast throughout the whole day. So I kind of like to bring colored lipstick on the go, and probably like chapstick because it gets hot and your lips get really nasty and chappy. So I think those are really nice. Oh, by the way, look at my nails. I didn't show off my nails yet, but I really wanted to show it. But also, I also bring ibuprofen. If you need like to bring other medications, I think those are the best. I actually bring it in a small little case because I don't like to bring it. I don't need a whole case, but I bring the ones that I need to take during the park, and I take it there. So I have like GERD medicine, and I have ibuprofen, and I don't know what it is, after a whole day of walking at the park, I get this small little pain just like calling to me, and I could just hear it, and I just know that my back is in pain. This happened to me so many times at the park, and I've kind of just learned that, oh wait, I need ibuprofen, and ibuprofen has saved the day. I actually put this in my purse, and this is something I bring with me, and it's important, is to bring ibuprofen. Otherwise, you can go to the little center. They have a first aid center, and I haven't been to it yet. You can actually grab some medication or like ibuprofen or something, and they can give you something like that in the first aid. I think that's kind of interesting. I haven't been to that yet. But also thing I also bring, here's another thing that I bring. I usually do not like to have an extra bag, but when I do, if I need an extra little bag, I go to the store and I ask them for a little plastic Disney bag, put like my merch in it, and or maybe put like extra things that I bought during the day. So I carry like a little plastic Disney bag thing, and it helps because if I have just extra stuff, I just put it there. And this is my lounge fly, and then that little bag. What I really like to bring, and this is kind of something important that I always bring to Disney, because if you're like that person that really needs energy throughout the whole day, especially if you're a theme park walking throughout the whole day, bringing a Red Bull drink or an energy drink is super helpful, and it actually really helps. And that's something that I bring throughout the park. I drink half of it first throughout the first part of the day, and then the second half on the rest of the day, and it's helped immensely. But also stay hydrated. Something I also really learned is that bringing a water bottle is really important, because you start to get a little like tired, and you kind of get a little grouchy a little bit, because you're kind of just like you know, you're walking miles long in the park, and it's crazy that how many miles it is in Disney and how long the walks are. But bringing water is super helpful. I usually bring it in a water bottle. I don't bring it in those canteen bottles, because they're super heavy, and I don't like to bring anything heavy. I just avoid anything heavy that I bring in my inventory or purses or you know, stuff like that, because I don't want that struggle and that feeling of not being comfortable. I don't like to feel uncomfortable during a really nice Disney day, so I try to make it as smooth as possible and not have to like carry any of that. But some people are okay with that, but I actually do care about that. But yeah, that's stuff that I carry. What are things that people do not tell me before going to Disney? So I mean, I feel like I'm still new. Well, it's because I'm not a local, and I kind of just go there from time to time. I'm 4 hours away from Disney, and I'm from NorCal, so I can't be there at the parks all the time, and so I can't really see everything at a time. I feel like if you're a local, you can experience all of the park and just have all the time of the day to go. And if you have a pass, you're just also just there, and I think that's really great. Some things that I noticed that I feel like people don't tell me is really, I think there's a lot of hidden gems that I really don't know. I'm not an expert on Disney or Disney theme parks, but sometimes I look at social media and see new things every time. Like I see that there's new merch that I haven't seen, and like they give out tote bags sometimes, and I've seen that, and people stayed in line for the tote bags, and they're free, and I'm just like, so when did that happen? And then I also heard about like hidden gems, like the hidden Mickeys that I never see. I barely see them, but there's around, but I haven't seen a lot of hidden gems, like those kind of things. That's something I'm always willing to learn on the next Disney trip, but you'll see them probably in a TikTok or on Instagram. And it's so cool when I hear Disney fans know so much about the Disney parks, and I always learn something about it, so that's really cool. I'd say if you're trying to learn more about the Disney parks, or you want to find out more hidden gems, I'd say scroll through TikTok, try to make the algorithm like you, or try to make the algorithm know that you like Disney content or that kind of certain content on Disney hidden gems, and you'll kind of see it over and over again, that there's these things that, you know, happen at Disney, or a new merch that came out, or new events, or things that event that I haven't heard of is happening at the park that I didn't know about. Updates on that is super helpful. Sometimes I feel like Disney doesn't announce it on their website, maybe from time to time, but usually you see a lot of updated things that regular people post, and it's things that you might miss. And I feel like regular people just have an eye for certain things and their experiences, and it's just cool to kind of see online. Is Disney worth the money? I would say that is a good question, because some people I feel like kind of complain that, you know, Disney is overpriced and super expensive nowadays. Like before it wasn't really like that, and you Disney has some things about it that's kind of weird, things that happen at Disney that people complain about. And I would say if you're going nowadays versus before, I would say it is still worth going to, obviously. And the reason why I say yes, it's expensive now, but if you're going to get something out of it, to feel inspired, to feel motivated, to feel the vibes and the aesthetics, it is really, really worth it. I really do think so, because I felt like after there was a story where I went to it for the first time in the longest time, and I haven't been there since like a kid, and I went all of a sudden. I was not a YouTuber yet on my old YouTube channel, and something in that park just kind of sparked me. I watched the Disney show, the night show, with the stories and the lighting and the beautiful magical just aesthetic, and everything about it just really moved my heart. And also just riding the rides, the enjoyment, it really just kind of pushed me to kind of work hard, because I wanted to go the next time. I was like, I want to go this every day. I want to go to Disney. I feel happy for some reason. Disney is not the only place I feel the happiest, of course, but there's other things I feel very happy about, but Disney gives me this bright joy that I like, and it's very, specific. So for me, yes, it was very, very worth it. After that first time when I went to Disney, after the first time in forever, I made a YouTube channel. It was when it was like 2020, it was a pandemic. I got that channel to be 65k subscribers within half a year. So I would say, yes, it's inspirational, and that was the reason that got me to feel motivated to start a YouTube channel and just explode it. So yes, it makes me really happy. I feel like that was a lot of motivation coming from Disney. So yes, I find it very, very helpful for people going for something or going something towards their dream or anything like that. But if it's worth the money, yes. But also, maybe like save up for it since it's a little more expensive. But when you have the money, or you have you just plan it out well enough and you experience it, it's so much worth it. How early, or what should I suggest on what times to get there to Disney? And really, from my experience, I like to save money, but also I like to use all of the day. I like to use as much as I can, because that ticket is really expensive. I like to use the whole day, so I go when there's the rope drop, and the rope drop starts at like 9, 8 or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I wake up super, super duper early. I think like 3 to 2 hours early, because I put on my makeup, and makeup is a butt, but putting on the makeup is worth it because you take cute photos and you want to prepare, and I do my hair. You want to wake up super early so you can get to the road drop and then run to the first few rides that you can get to. Just get your time's worth, because you want to experience everything. You want to get to experience the rides and stuff. So just make sure your time is worth it. And that's something I suggest to everyone, because it feels nice to be able to finish that amount of fun in the first few hours. Especially someone like me that doesn't go to Disney often, that doesn't have a pass. I say if you're kind of out of the town and you're from somewhere else, doing the rope drop or going to the Disney park super, super early is worth it. And that's something I would recommend to everyone that is in the same situation as me. Another question is, how do I plan Disney without getting overwhelmed? And this is a good question. I actually do not plan very much. I'm that type of person that doesn't like to plan things. I'm like a very spontaneous person that loves to have fun and have freedom and not so much control for the day. I don't know why, but if you plan things, let's say if you plan rides, sometimes time waits on the lines change, because I usually don't get the fast pass. The time wait changes, and then you're kind of like, I don't think I could do that right now. I think I could do something else while I wait for something else. So that's something I don't really do, is plan, because like stuff can just happen randomly. So I don't really do the planning like that. The planning kind of just happens at the park. When I do plan, it's like, I want to go to this or that, or like, we can do this, or we can miss that, just things like that. Usually my experience has been perfectly fine from just letting things kind of flow. And I've experienced certain things that still gave me a really great experience at the parks. So I kind of recommend that. Planning is still good, because you want break in between from rides in the morning, and then you want break in the middle, go and then you want to do the rest of the rides and then you want to enjoy the show last. That's really good planning. And you know, you just make like freedom in between those plans. Then planning like that is perfectly normal, and it's normal that, oh, you need to eat, you know, at some point, right? So that kind of planning, I usually do that kind of planning for the parks. It's never like plans that I really make set timings for, like, oh, I'm gonna go to that ride there, and then next on this time, and then ride this time at this time, and then ride at this time. It doesn't really work well for me because then things kind of change up and the weights are just different sometimes. So that's something I don't really do. Planning will just kind of like make a flow for itself during that day. What is the biggest mistake that Disney goers make on their first time? Okay, well, if it's your first time at Disney, I feel like your biggest mistake is not to experience the top rides first, and you just don't have great time management, and you're just taking so much time eating, or it's just, for me, when I look at that, it's like, you literally bought tickets for a whole day at Disney and you spent so much time just eating for a while, and you missed out all these rides, you went shopping for a while, and you wanted to buy socks, or the merch line was kind of too long, but you just decided to wait for 2 hours for socks. It's just like, oh my gosh, I feel like some people's time management is kind of bad. I'm sorry to say that, but you want to enjoy the most of Disney if it's your first time. You want to see all of the glory, like the history on the rides or the story of the ride. You want to go to all the best ones so you can experience it, so you can see it for yourself. And that is your perfect time to go see it for yourself. Let's say you don't go to Disney all the time. Yeah, you might regret it later. So that's something I'd say people kind of make a mistake. But also another mistake is not expecting to have a smooth, let's say, I feel like people don't expect it to be that big of a theme park, but it is really big and there's a lot of walking. So that's something that I feel like people should expect, but some people don't know about that for their first time, and they get a little, you know, like grumpy during the day because they didn't eat, or, you know, they didn't decide to eat during a certain time. You know, things get ruined because they're like a little grouchy, then they didn't bring an energy drink, or they don't want to spend and they realize that everything was expensive. So that's something I feel like people's first time, at least I think it will give people a really realization that Disney is a little bit of planning, or have a little bit of expectation for, and every kind of experience is unique. That's something I feel like people should pay attention to, but I still have faith that you can still enjoy Disney in either way. So how would you survive Disney with ADHD, anxiety, and low energy? Well, I have ADHD. It's not diagnosed yet, but I went to a professional and she said like, oh wow, you have all the symptoms. So I kind of have all the symptoms. But how do you survive Disney with that kind of problem? Honestly, it's not a problem because the ADHD gets me really focused on a lot of the rides. But I guess the issue with it, let's say if I had anxiety, I don't feel like I have anxiety. I don't see myself having anxiety during Disney. But if you have an ADHD moment, it's having an undecisive moment where you're trying to choose something. That is something I do have a problem with. And that problem is not choosing what to do right away and spending too much time deciding. So that is something I do have a problem with. And with anxiety, I feel like the anxiety would be having to have big crowds. I think the crowds give me anxiety, but also waiting for the food to pick up if you didn't, you know, do the fast order on the app right away. That gives me anxiety because sometimes I think like, oh, am I really gonna get my food? Am I really gonna get, you know, my food with all this people waiting for the food in the line? And that gives me anxiety sometimes, so that definitely can be a problem. I think anxiety maybe might be in the long waits in the lines. That could be something of an issue, but it's not really like an issue for me. Low energy is something I deal with at the parks, so that's something I do have a problem with. When I do have low energy, it's because I didn't plan when to eat, or I didn't feel like eating, or just because like when I do eat, sometimes my stomach gets kind of weird when I get super excited. And theme parks make me super excited, so sometimes I skip out on eating. Eating is important when you go to a theme park, so try to eat at least something. Low energy on just parks can literally make you sleep like crazy, or just want to take a nap because you're going throughout the whole day. And I like to be at the park until the show goes on at the light show on the castle. That's how long I like to do my park day. But it's tiring, I will have to say. So I like to do a little bit of planning on that, like bringing an energy drink in my bag has been helpful for me during a whole Disney trip. But also, like, you get a little bit of body pain through walking, so ibuprofen actually really helps too. What should you wear to Disney if you don't want to feel miserable? And this is for my guys and girls and everything like that. I think going to Disney and wearing something really crazy and very Disney-esque is very, very fun because you feel the Disney within you. You feel like you did some effort, you feel kind of good in your outfit, and I love wearing something really, really cute during Disney because it makes me feel like happy. I don't know, I feel like people shouldn't miss that out, and it does matter when you wear something really cute or Disney. And I always wear Disney ears. I have a collection of Disney ears now from thrifting. I've been thrifting and finding some really unique real Disney ears with the label and everything like that. So I bring a really cute, you know, glittery ears of some sort, something unique, so it's eye-catching, and I just bring that and wear it to the park, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like, oh my gosh, it's a Disney day, you know? And my outfit is usually very princessy and fashionable. I like to bring anything that's comfortable as well, but I've worn dresses to theme park, to Disney quite a bit because I feel like dresses is the perfect aesthetic for Disney. But also, if you're a guy, I think it's really cute when I see guys wear the little the polo shirt. It's a polo shirt, or like some button-up shirt with the cute Disney pictures on them. I think those are the cutest outfits to wear for guys. I love seeing that because it just shows the Disney nerd in them or the Disney geek in them, and I think that's so cute. And I love it when guys wear like cool hats, Disney hats with the characters on them. Like there's the Donald Duck hat that kind of has his beak shooting out like that and it's cute. I love it. I think people putting that kind of effort, it's really cute to see, and I love seeing it because it makes me happy. So don't miss on not wearing something really cool for Disney. It's fun. Just go see for yourself. But other than that, I hope you guys thought that insight was super helpful. I just had a lot of insight on that because I've had some experiences at Disney, and I wanted to share that, and hopefully that insight will help people for their first time. I hope it really fills anyone's curious questions about someone's different perspective on Disney and everything like that. But it's really great, and I have a lot of fun with that. So if you want to see more content like this, follow for more, and in the next videos I will do more content on Disney or just theme parks in general, and I plan to do some trips or things like that. I have some things in store that I still want to share. I love everyone, and I love everyone who's been watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a blessed day, and I sparkle that onto you. Sparkles! See ya, guys! Woo!